Hello again to my Half-Life No Death challenge. If you remember, Gordon Freeman died by falling down an elevator shaft. So he couldn't stop the effect of the residence cascade. But there is another hero out there which could salvage the situation. Let's see how his story goes. This is a story about a security guard named Barney. Barney Calhoun. Like every other day, Barney got to work with the tram system of Black Mesa. He was a bit late because he overslept, but he really tries to do his job as well as he can. As the tram made its way through the facility, it suddenly stopped. Barney got up to see what's up, but it was just a scientist using a bridge over the tram line. Why couldn't he get to the other side at any other time? He was already too late. One of his colleagues sent him down to the Sector C tram tracks and wished him a good day. Shortly before his destination, he saw a scientist getting ready to board the train behind him. Barney reached his destination and got off the tram. Sadly, the door was locked and he couldn't open it. A friend from the inside tried his luck, and while Barney waited, he looked after the scientist driving by. The door opened and the guard told him in which bad shape the facility currently is.
Sorry about that, Calhoun. We've been having problems all over the facility this morning. System crashes, security malfunctions. It's a wonder this whole place hasn't shut down yet.
Barney continued to get his armor and weapon and started his way to his objective today. He had to help some scientists down in the test labs. On his way, a scientist told him that the tramline was cancelled.
I overheard someone say that all the trams on this end of the facility are having problems.
So he really had to get on the way because he was already way too late. But as he wanted to cross the tram tracks, a tram came by with a mysterious man in a dark suit in it. Barney suddenly got a very weird feeling, so he immediately shot him. But either he missed or the bullets just wouldn't hurt him. But he couldn't miss because he was one of the best security guards at the whole Black Mesa facility. He had to tell this someone immediately, so he started sprinting to his destination. He met up with the two scientists, but they wouldn't listen to him. Instead, they just told him that he was late and he should already start the elevator. On the way down, they heard some weird noises.
It's probably those anomalous materials people again, always pushing their equipment too hard, dabbling in who knows what. I'd be surprised if there's one good brain among them.
But didn't really give them much attention. And suddenly,
My goodness!
Extreme electromagnetic hazard in Sector C.
Oh dear!
Barney woke up at the bottom of the elevator shaft. Somehow he had survived. He stood up and picked up a weapon of mass destruction. There were some aliens, but Barney knew how to deal with such threats. He recognized the area he was in, so he knew that he had to turn off the power to get through the locked door. He soon met a scientist who told him that they wanted to kill them all. So Barney continued. He soon arrived at the canals, but they couldn't continue because the exit door was broken. So he had to take a more disgusting way by blowing up the turbines and swinging through the canal itself. As he climbed a ladder out of the canal, he saw a very weird scene. The military was here, and they wanted to kill them all. A few hallways full of enemies later, he saw two soldiers shooting at something. So he killed them both and saved the scientist.
We're bringing them up here for questioning. A colleague and I came up with our own plan for escape, and we were on our way to one of the old prototype labs when we ran into them. But listen to me. If you still want to get out of here alive, your only hope may be to find my friend. If you can get past the soldiers, find Dr. Rosenberg.
So Barney went on to save Dr. Rosenberg. As he entered the staircase, he heard some soldiers talking and walked up the staircase very carefully to get a good angle at them. A bit later, he opened the door to the surface, where he was met by more soldiers, which he had to take on all by himself. Luckily, he had some very precise aim and defeated them with his revolver. He soon entered a train yard, which was full of soldiers, but Barney was unstoppable.
All right, let's stick together. Let's stick
He
together.
successfully found Dr. Rosenberg and escorted him.
Yes, let's go.
Rosenberg showed him a secret elevator which brought them down into a lab with a teleporter. Rosenberg told him that he had to turn on a machine in the border world, so they could all teleport back outside the Black Mesa facility. Barney knew he was a good security guard, but going to another dimension without one of those special suits was a bit too much for him, but he eventually decided to do it anyways. He bravely jumped into the teleporter and explored the dimension he was in. He soon found a way to progress through some tunnels, but as he exited the tunnels, he was met by a big challenge. Some floating rocks over the void, so he jumped from rock to rock until and yeah, that's it. The second challenge was over. Alright, is it? As you can see, you don't really die by falling down in sand. A real death looks like this. But here the screen just fades out and you don't really lose any health. So I just continued. As Barney fell deeper and deeper, it suddenly got dark, and he stood back on safe ground. He thought it was over, but the dimension had different plans. He tried jumping down again, and well, the same thing happened. So he didn't have to worry about falling down then, and he continued. He had to swim through some sluggish water, and then he had to boost himself with a weird plant on the ground, which nearly killed him. After that, he found the machine and turned it on. But the aliens didn't like this because many just appeared out of thin air, and he had to fight them all off. But one of them was too strong for him. So Barney died, but he did turn the machine back on, so maybe the scientists could still escape without him. Anyways, if you liked this, stay tuned for another hero which could save a lot more people. Bye bye!